Hey, peace and love. Hope all is well. Hope you're feeling blessed and safe and high vibrational. So, in this video, we're just going to connect with energy and see what comes up. Okay. It says the age of love and the time of now. For the first time, I was just looking at this card and I saw a love heart in the sun. And previous, this card was giving me the energy of, I wasn't sure whether to say it, but I just feel like the words that come are just necessary. So the second coming of Christ consciousness and universal truth. It's almost like this energy, this high vibration of knowing and of love, and something about self-love being in one's character, like being a part of somebody, that's going to bring us to this better way of living, this greener grass, this brighter day, this way of being that's more natural and in line with nature, in line with the one, the all and the everything. There's something about the importance of the mother at this time. When I said at this time, I was urged to say at this this time in the matrix, that the nurturing of the young and the adolescent is important. And something about not making children grow up too quickly before their time, that there's something special and precious about youth, and almost that youth should be celebrated a lot more. Something not in terms of looks, in terms of children being young and pure and innocent and adventurous in terms of the exploration of the world around them. Something like it should be celebrated, because when we celebrate youth, we celebrate the purest form of ourselves. Something, as soon as I looked down and I saw this card, and this is the card that's next, I heard the Watchman, the Watchman, that people can take, but they can't take everything off you. You see these two swords. She has them, as in you have them, as in we have them, as in anybody who tries to take, almost that there's only so much people can take from you. It's as much as you allow. As much as you allow. And it's almost that once you decide that they can't no longer take from you, or once we decide that they or whatever can't take from us, they turn their backs and fly away. It's about when we stop being blind and take back power and bask in our dignity, divinity. For some reason, something about a discharge of electrons, and then the train is just like gone past the house literally now, sorry, but as that's happening, a discharge of electrons, and then the next card is the Chariot. Three of Pentacles, for me, it's about, like, obviously there's this potion here, so I'm not sure if it's like an explosion or like like a disaster or a natural disaster or illness or something that comes and happens quickly or suddenly. Okay. You have to look. You have to look beyond. Look through it. That's the energy I'm getting. Look through it. Not what's right in front of you. You have to look through it. I don't know, like, do you have to look through a glass or glasses? Something you have to look through it. Maybe that's something like the future will tell on what they're referring to in this. Oh, there's one more card. The Knight of Cups. Sorry. I don't know. Like, I just feel like someone spitting in the cup or having to spit in the cup or give a sample of something. But for some reason, this feels more like a lot of people having to do this. Karma. Okay. So I'm getting people, like other beings, human beings, working with forces or energies or manipulating certain things like frequencies to do with weather, but also the bringing forth of illness. And that feels more so in both a spiritual and a physical sense, in terms of intentionally trying to manifest that, but also in terms of physically, in terms, sorry, I'm saying in terms of a lot, in terms of actually creating a physical illness and pumping that out. And being reminded to, and we're all being reminded to, like, cover ourselves in white light and to protect ourselves energetically as much as we can. The wheel of the year. It's almost like, I want to say they've had their turn. They've had their way of running things. And it's almost like things are due to change. But there's an attempt to clutch on to what they have. And this is the time of their last efforts. I want to say we have the upper hand. Knight of Pentacles. Sometimes, this is a side note, I may talk in, it may seem like riddles, but if you know, you know. You see, they're watching, they watch the good, they watch the blessed, they watch the peaceful, but they are also strong, but they know they can't come too close, because although you're blessed and you're peaceful and you're calm, you're still protected, spiritually, energetically, physically. So it's almost like they have to do the work from the distance, watch from the distance, observe from a distance, and then decide to strike. But the thing is, it's almost that this individual is in fight or flight all the way from over there. And this individual is not even concerned with this individual. They are concerned with the value of their heart space. How much they know thyself. How much they know thyself to the point of which they know this individual. Knight of Wands. Okay, so for some reason, this card usually for me is expressing a masculine energy with a lot of sexual energy. Coming forward with a lot of sexual energy. But this feels more so, for some reason, talking about a dry spell. Almost that sex has been extremely focused upon over the last few years in terms of media, in terms of music, in terms of movies. It's been highly promoted, and it's almost like there's going to come a point where it's going to die down, or it's going to stop, or not completely stop, but something about there's going to be a change in the way sex is presented, if it is still presented. Okay, so we'll just pull one final card. Four of Pentacles. The value of people's hearts. It's going to come into question, but it's also going to be highly promoted, but it's also going to, it's a good thing that people's hearts is what determines how people are treated. and almost like the goodness of somebody's heart, or it's just about kind of really just about love. Love can be expressed in many different ways. It doesn't have to be the way you expect it to be, but it's about the value of people's hearts going forward. But yes, peace and love. Ashe.